I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Hello, welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better at Square podcast. This is your episode 4, 3/24/19. This is the podcast about anything and everything in between regarding pop culture and the universe. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
And dimensions.
Oh, we can go to Dimension X if you want to.
Oh, we're gonna go Shattered Dimensions.
Well.
Spider-Verse.
Listen, didn't that just come out on the Blu-Ray?
Yes, I picked it up this week.
Okay, cool.
And
So,
I watched it yesterday, and I still
instant
love that.
collector's item. Go get it.
Yes, I love that movie. I love Spider-Verse. If you have not watched it, I say watch it because it's amazing.
Now's the time. See, you can enjoy the fact that, what is it, 2 months? Not even
Yeah.
3 months anymore. It used to be 3, now it's 2 that you can get the Blu-ray of movies. So go ahead.
Well, Spider-Verse came out December, so it actually has some time in the theater.
Oh, so it's 3 months exactly. There you
Yeah.
go. All right, so bam, boom, there it is.
Yeah, Sony's been doing that with a lot of their stuff, to be honest, because Venom was really fast as well.
Well, see, Disney as well. They've been doing it with some of their movies as well.
Yeah.
They've been like right out. So yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Where'd you pick it up from?
Picked up from Target.
Nice. Do they have any like bundles or anything, or just straight up?
I got the HD Blu-ray, the 4K Blu-ray. And that's it. And it's a beautiful movie. If you have a 4K TV, I suggest the high def.
Okay, gotcha.
Because it's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, that's one of the things that stood out about it was the art style, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's out this week. Make sure you check that out. Hey, if you want to see a bad movie, I could tell you about a movie I saw on, what is the name of that website?
The Shout Factory
TV. While I was trying to participate in Super Sentai Madness, which is a special event that website is holding, which is their equivalent, I found out, of March Madness.
Yes.
And it's going to be going on from March 23rd until, I think they said the 15th of April is the last time, because they're having alongside this event, they're having a contest where you can basically participate in the bracket and vote for your favorite Super Sentai monster.
Okay.
And they have a list, and I can read them to you. Witch Pandora from Zoo Ranger, Emperor Bacchus, Wrath of O Ranger, Reckless Dash, Emperor Exhaust of Car Ranger. So that must be Turbo, right?
Yeah.
Car Ranger.
Car Ranger's Turbo.
So Dr. Saejima of Mega Ranger, Captain Zahab, I get you. Of, what is that, Ginga Man or Ginga Man? How do you pronounce that? Ginga Man? No, it's G-I-N-G.
Yeah.
So they pronounce it Ginga or Jinga?
Is Ginka.
Gotcha. And Grand Witch Grenadine of Go-Go 5.
Yeah.
Don Dolnero of Time Ranger, and the Org Master of Gal Ranger. And so you can basically go to their website, which is they have a specific one. It's what is it? Shout TV Live.
Okay.
And that has like the brackets at the top, and then they'll show you where they're at currently. And so they have it every few hours or something. They'll show the screen where you can go to, or they should have the link on the page somewhere, but you can go.
Yeah,
there
once you go into the website, it's like the first thing that pops up saying, the madness. Yeah, it's the first thing that pops up on the website.
Gotcha. So you can go there and you can vote.
And they're having a marathon on Twitch.
And so participating in this, though, it gets you eligible to win in something called a $200 shout, like a Shout Factory shopping spree. So you can, like, I assume a bunch of the products that they put out, you can, I guess, choose from. or maybe they'll have a grab bag or something that equals $200. But anyway, it's free, and all you have to do is participate. So you get to watch some cool Super Sentai, and maybe you might win something.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
That now is on their Twitch channel, which is also Shout Factory TV. So you can go there, or you can just watch on the website with the Twitch window open. That's on that site. So
yeah,
do that, man. Enjoy some Super Sentai.
Yep, it's amazing.
The one that pops out of my head that I saw yesterday was Car Ranger, and it was the first episode where the team learned how to turn the cars into, I guess, giant size.
Yeah,
to fight one of the monsters. So it was that the entire episode was weird. There was a chubby monster with an angry face whose head was like inside of a diving suit, but his whole body was the diving suit.
Yeah,
and it had little windows on it, and it was just like they couldn't beat him because the lasers from their weapons would bounce off of his suit, and so he ran out of energy to stay giant, which is a thing in that version of the show, I guess.
Yeah,
and so they come up with a plot, the villains, to get this insect thing to eat all the food that he can so he can go giant. And then, but before that, when you get back to the villain's hideout, like there's a bar and there's like a go-go dancing super villainess, and she's like, I don't know what is happening. It's just bananas, and it's like two guys off to the side having a serious conversation about how we're going to get these rangers. And like this girl she's a main villain, and she's just go-go dancing because she's bored. And I'm like, what is happening? And then, so like they finally get the plan together with the giant insect that they want to turn bigger. They get this little kid, and apparently I missed an episode, or I missed maybe a bit of this episode. But apparently the little kid's mom is a great chef, so they know this. So they went back to the little kid to get his mom to make them food to feed to the monster. But the mother, I think, has been incapacitated because of the monsters earlier. I don't know. And then the father picks up the phone, who looks like the stereotypical rich fuddy-duddy with a monocle and sharp mustache. He's got a smoking jacket on and an ascot, and I'm like, this is a Japanese man. What? And so the little boy tells the father all of the food, and you think that the father's not the chef, and then the father just shows up with all the food for the monster. He's like, right away, son. He shows up like maybe like, I guess, a commercial break later with all the food. They feed it to the monster, and then the whole plan backfires because instead of turning giant, the monster shrinks. And then the father and son proceed to pelt the monsters with rocks. And they start screaming, "Don't bully me!" while as they run away screaming. And I've never seen that. That's the end of the episode. The monsters lose, no fight. What?
That's awesome.
Super Sentai, like in Japanese, is so unpredictable, dude.
Yes, it's fun. It's been probably really enjoyable. You know what's bad is the fact that, again, now we're watching season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which is Dire Ranger and Super Sentai.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for me to get through it now.
Because you said it's just not the same. It's not good.
Because the American fight scenes suck.
Yes, that's what you were saying. You can tell at the point when they stopped using the old footage, right?
Yeah, because there was a point that they didn't have old footage to use, and then they had to wait till they killed Tommy off in order to use that old footage. And then later on, they couldn't even use the old footage either because the White Ranger was there, and the White Ranger has nothing to do with that set of Rangers.
So yeah, oh man, wow.
It's really hard to watch. Like season 2 and season 3 went more. It became more of like a Saved by the Bell kind of show with Ranger stuff in it than what the season 1 was pretty much the rinse and repeat of Power Rangers. Like they morph, they turn big, they fight the monster. There was a lot less of them in the suits and more of them as characters.
Gotcha. So it became more of like a dramedy.
Yeah.
Like more humanizing the characters, basically.
Yeah.
But from what you're saying, it's not a better decision, is it?
It's just hard to watch. It really is. Like honestly, seeing the Green Ranger suit and how baggy it was and how ugly it looked.
Wow.
Seeing them do like movements that don't make sense. Like Kimberly will run and jump with both legs up and then do nothing with that. Or Jason will do a full back flip and with a drop kick that don't make sense and how he landed on his feet.
Yeah.
and that it just annoys the shit out of me. And I'm like, and then the putties are really badly done because putties are Americanized because as Lord Zed is Americanized. Lord Zed is an American character. You will not see him in the Super Sentai. So you see where they had to add things and where they had to subtract things, and there's a lot of things in the Dire Rangers that doesn't exist. Like a lot of the monsters they didn't even use. If you actually notice the beginning, like maybe the first 15 episodes, like the Megazord and the monster does not fight on the same screen.
Oh man,
it's like a first-person view of the. I give them credit on them doing it because it takes a lot on what they had to do.
Yes.
But you'll see like the Megazord in first-person mode fighting the monster. And then if you actually pause it on times that it hits, you'll see the whole different arm hitting the damn thing. Or you'll see a whole different technical hitting the Megazord.
Okay.
And it'll be like a whole different color and shit like that. So if you really like look at it, then you start noticing it. Me going through the season already, and then after watching the True Ranger and started watching a little bit of Dire Ranger, I see it clearly now, and it's really bad.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
And it goes to show like that's what they had to do for the show, and it makes sense in a way. It's enjoyable still, like what it was and how it affected me when I was a childhood. I still say it was probably one of my favorite ones anyway, but it has its issues, and especially after watching Zoo Ranger, it has a lot of issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, one of my favorite, and you say that, and I think about it now. I wonder how I'll feel about watching the part when Tommy shows up as the White Ranger.
Yeah,
because that was one of the coolest. Like didn't that come on primetime? One of those episodes. Yeah.
No, that was the Mutiny. That was the 1, 2, and 3.
So what was the one where they fought the putties? Like they did show
1,
it
2, and 3.
on one of
1,
those
2, and
nights.
3. That was Mutiny. That was the show. That was the first 3 episodes of season 2.
Okay.
That was with the Piranha.
Which one is the one with the debut of the Z Rangers, the Z putties?
The Z putties. That was
the same one.
Yeah, it's called Mutiny. Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember the Z putties showing up. And I thought that was dumb but cool because of how they broke up.
Yeah.
So none of that, the claymation of that's not original either. They made that specifically for. Wow. So
when you see the fight scenes, there's all American fight scenes, and you can tell when they're American fight scenes.
Unfortunately, they don't hold up to the Japanese. I assume
not at all, not close.
But I would think at the time you go, that's cool that they learned something to hold over. Because I'm thinking about that animation of the putties disappearing like that.
Yeah,
like I thought that was kind of cool, even though it's legitimately like low grade for the time.
Yeah.
Well, it was the time. It was the 90s. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Okay, well now I know. Yeah.
It's getting hard. I just passed the White Light episode, which is the return of Tommy as the White Ranger. Thing with the White Ranger and Dire Ranger, White Ranger is a kid.
Oh no!
And he's short.
Oh, the Ranger's short.
Yeah, it's a kid. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, so
watching the episode I saw for Car Ranger.
Yeah,
we know in the American version, the Blue Ranger's a kid.
But he grows into a man.
Grows into a great.
The White Ranger and Dire Ranger is still small.
So in the Japanese version of Car Ranger, there's not a kid.
No, it's a dude.
That's hilarious. They did the opposite. You think they did it on purpose? They made it the opposite on purpose. They were like, okay, we forgot because we still had Tommy and we didn't want to get rid of Tommy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so you're like, okay, we'll do the kid later.
Yeah.
The kid thing later. And then it took so much longer too. Like they went through, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Zeo before Turbo? Like they went through a whole bunch of stuff before Turbo, right?
Yeah, Zeo was before Turbo.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway.
But yeah, there's a lot of crazy things. But stay tuned for next week. We'll have our review of season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It may not be as a positive review as our first one did.
Listen, as long as it's honest.
Yeah. And it's also the fact that we did watch the Super Sentai, and I think that changed our views a lot in how the Super Sentai is approached. Because Super Sentai is approached not for a kid show. Yeah. It's approached more for a teen, maybe adult show because it's more drama.
Yeah, it seems like a young adult. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Zoo Ranger, I could see has a mixed audience because it was not as adult as like Jetman as I've been watching, and then Dire Ranger. Dire Ranger has some really adult shit.
Hold on, is Jetman the one with the smoking bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it. I keep forgetting to like go look, and that's also on Shout Factory TV.
Yeah, they all on Shout Factory.
All right.
Shout out to Shout Factory TV for letting us watch these things for free. Honestly, it's great. It's amazing stuff.
Shout out to Toei, because I see the trademark on it, and I'm like, I forget that Toei does have the rights to some of these older ones.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to them, because I remember they were having a little issue with some stuff they had. I think in relation to the rights they have to some Dragon Ball stuff earlier this year.
And I think they have the rights to VR Troopers, which I think Shout Factory is going to bring in the Japanese version of VR Troopers.
I'm sure the Japanese version is way better than the American.
Yeah, version. I forgot the full name of it, but it's a whole different name.
Okay, before we change subjects, I got a question. Do you remember Superhuman Samurai?
Yes.
Was that only American, or was that as well
it was a Sentai.
Wow.
It was Japanese. I forgot the name of it in Japan, but I think it was part of the Ultraman. I think it was part of the Ultraman.
That's why they look
connection.
like that.
Yeah.
Huh. That makes way more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I might start looking into some of that stuff as well. I like
it was a whole different thing.
Great show. It's just memorable, you know.
Yeah, I remember the show. I actually liked it more than the other spin-offs that they try to do. Popularity of Mighty Morphin. Like I can't stand VR Troopers.
Yeah, the American one was not good. No.
And then I didn't like Beetleborgs.
I hated, what's his name? Flubber. Yeah, the Jay Leno looking ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite character on that show. None of the kids, none of the real villains or anything. It was the Frankenbeans.
Yeah,
he's my favorite character. And this is messed up because I know they were playing him to be like mentally handicapped in some way, just because of the way he talked and stuff. But I mean, I guess he's Frankenstein. You know how that is. He's not at full mental capacity. But the funniest thing I've ever seen on the Beetleborgs was when they had those Halloween commercials for the show. Because Beetleborgs was one of those shows that they used the American actors for like the promos and stuff.
Yeah.
And they said, "What are we gonna do for Halloween?" And then Frankenbeans just comes out of nowhere. Halloween, and I'll never forget that. But just like, what the hell was that? Yeah, like, nah. I'm good.
So the Japanese version of Super Samurai is called Gridman, the Hyper Agent.
Gridman, the Hyper Agent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we're going to take a little break right here just to remind you to follow us on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also on SoundCloud. What we do is we have this podcast, the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. We also have the Wrestling Babble podcast. That's hosted by Merc with the Mic, who's a frequent guest on my show. And that should be on Merc with the Mic on SoundCloud. We post those on YouTube as well. So you can check the Merc with the Mic podcast out on his YouTube channel, which is also Merc with the Mic. And also you can catch the It Gets Better I Swear podcast, as well as the various other playthroughs on the RedCycloneInc YouTube channel. Thank you. So now I have to remember to check out Gridman.
Yes. And that was it. But yeah, I didn't like Beetleborgs. I didn't like Mask Rider.
Because that wasn't exactly the same as what is the name of the show?
Kamen Rider.
Thank you. So okay.
Mask Rider was terrible.
Did it not even did it or did it not use footage?
They did use footage for the Japanese version, but it was just like it was too terrible to wait for that footage to come on.
I just remember that show being very boring.
The actor was terrible.
And that's unfortunate too.
Acto phase activate.
So unfortunate.
I hate him. Yeah. And he teamed up with the Power Rangers in season 3.
But That's true. He whipped their ass too. I remember that. That was unsettling as a child. It's like, no, nobody can beat the Power Ranger. No, he just did. So, yeah, it is what it is. Also, damn it, there's Super Sentai and a lot of something else recently I was checking out. There's like a lot of older like fighting games and stuff. And you'd be surprised the influence that Super Sentai had on like fighting game characters and stuff as a whole. Like franchises like King of Fighters has a character in it called Mei Li, and she's basically a Super Sentai. She turns into a super version of herself. Like there's a lot of that stuff. So good stuff.
It's the whole culture in Japan.
Yeah, it's basically their original modern superheroes.
Yeah,
that's their creation. So
yep, and I love it. I'm actually really enjoying going through the Super Sentais because it's like a whole new light on what I love in Power Rangers, and just better. The stories really are better. The characters are better,
and it's some ways it's a lot crazier as well.
Yeah. You want to know one last thing that I really hate in Mighty Morphin Season 2?
Okay.
Is the cockpit.
Why say that?
I really hate the cockpit. I think it's pointless because Jason's the only one that has controls and they're just sitting behind him.
Really? I never even noticed that.
And the Super Sentai, if you watch the Dire Ranger, their cockpit was fucking dope.
Yeah, there was.
It was with the gold the ball that the White Ranger has. And they did the moves and stuff like that, and yes.
A la like G Gundam used that later.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so this one, it's really bad. It's just like a big ass green room because it's supposed to look like the inside the Lion Ranger's globe.
Okay.
So that's what it's supposed to look like. That's why it's round and everything like that, and it's green and red. It just looks weird. And then you just see two controllers for that Jason uses, and the rest of them are just sitting there.
Wow, that's awful. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. So this is the thing is that when you're rewatching
you know what? Yeah, I can't notice something that I didn't see because I never saw the control room. True enough.
So it's crazy is the fact that when you actually rewatching and going through it again, like you start I'm really like looking at the little things and looking how they do certain things. Looking at how they hide certain things, like the fucking zippers on the costumes and shit, because they did a horrible job in a lot of them. How they got rid of Jason, Trini, and Zach and had voice actors for them, that they were never outside the suit, and when they were outside the suit, it was old footage that you'll see Zach in dreads in one scene, and then you see him with the flat top in another scene.
I can't believe you just said that, and now I'm gonna definitely have to go back to that. That's terrible. Please, why did they do that? Ooh, wow, that's bad. Wow.
Yeah, and it's very noticeable, and that's the thing. It's really bad that the fact that it's very noticeable. And I think they could have did a better job of hiding it, but they did a terrible job of hiding it.
I mean, I want to know the story now. Was it budget constraints? Was it time?
They wanted more money, and they weren't getting it. They were kind of leaning towards Tommy being the full star of it, so basically they kind of was pushing him to get back into the series and everything like that. Jason just took, like, honestly, when Tommy became the White Ranger, Jason just got demoted. Like, oh, you're not the leader no more, even though you did all this for all these years. Tommy's the leader now.
That's true.
Fucking Zordon's a dick. I hate Zordon. We have such hatred for Zordon. Like, Zordon is, like, if you really watch season 1 and 2, you see how useless he is.
What was he at one point?
He was supposed to be a ranger before the head of time. He was supposed to be an ancient warrior and stuff like that. And then he to save the world, he got locked in the chamber and shit.
So that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. I always thought, was he like a space wizard or something? What was he?
He's a floating head of knowledge.
But he was actually one of the original Rangers, I guess it is?
Yeah. Okay. He's a floating head of useless knowledge.
I mean, yeah. But at this point, I get it why they made him that, because now thinking about Zoo Ranger, having the show is about the ancient Rangers. Like, they're all supposed to be ancient. So I guess that's like the only thing they hold over, really.
Yeah.
It's, him.
Yeah.
But he's not even really one of them. So I get it though.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But there's a lot of bad things. There's a lot of bad things to see.
Man, see, I wonder if it's out there, a comprehensive list of all the things that they got wrong and right that you can look at a quick glance, maybe on YouTube or something.
Yeah, they might have it on the Watch Mojo because they did have like a lot of flaws videos. They had like the top 10 flaws in Power Rangers, and they had like Lord Zed's wand duct tape, and you saw the duct tape on it and things like that. The Green Ranger shield is always really put out there for that.
Yeah, that's just you see the difference between the two. That's one of the most like, ooh, that's bad.
That's one of the most noticeable things too.
Yeah, how'd you let that pass? Also, yo, not for nothing. Sometimes the swords used to wobble. I used to laugh.
Well, they're plastic. They're plastic swords.
I know, but they used to wobble and it used to just kill me. It used to be like, that's just not.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Oh man. So what you got, Bert?
Super Sentai. Stay tuned for the cast for that. We'll be doing it later this week. Will be Mighty Morphin Season 2, and then April's cast will be 2 Super Sentai. We'll be reviewing Jetman and Dire Ranger, which I'm really looking forward to. Dire Ranger.
Good stuff. I'll make sure to catch up with that, and I'm gonna make sure that you at least check out a few episodes a day of this marathon. Like, it's on. Make sure you check it out because it's just there. It's just gonna be showing random ones pertinent to the contest. So you'll get to see a very big I don't want to say smattering, just like a nice spread of episodes to go through.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Well, we can go to talk about some good news.
Yeah.
Because we talk about Sekiro before we close the show out, but we want to talk about something that's really big news because we were talking about it last week. It made the cover of the podcast, if you want to call it that.
The Judgment news.
Shout outs to Judgment and Sega for doing the right thing. We had said yes, that's the best course of action, but they pretty much were like, we're not gonna not put the game out in America. That's just stupid. So what is the team RGG? Basically the Yakuza team. Yeah. They put out a statement that they will be replacing the actor in the game and the model for the character itself. So not just his voice, but the physical, digital model of the guy in the game. So that's how they're going to do it to be able to put the game out in the US. Yep. Although that does not, I don't know if for their own region, that I don't know if they'll be doing that there. I guess so. See, I don't know how that works over there. If they, for them, if they just going to just say, no, screw you, you're banned, but I hope not. So maybe they'll do that for themselves as well. Because remember, they don't even sell the game in Japan anymore. That was it. So I guess until they do this, they can't.
Yeah, and if you do find it in Asian market, they fucking raise the price like
that
crazy.
Was another. Yes, that was like an article like a few days after they said the prices of the game was skyrocketing.
Yep.
Because it was no longer on digital, so you couldn't buy it that way.
So, like J&L, like we know them for many years. They used to be in Chinatown on 6th Avenue. They have it for sale, but they have the China version of it, and they're selling for $99.
Damn. Yeah, there's been some outrageous prices. I've seen it as low as like $5 more, which would be like $70 maybe.
Yeah.
And then I've seen it all the way up to like $400.
Yeah.
In the same span of time, and it's just like, that's ridiculous. Cut that out. But people will go crazy over it when things like that happen. Like, this is what you turn it into a collector's market. So
yeah, I would just like, I guess I'm not playing it. If I had to pay that much for it, I'm like, yeah, that ain't happening.
But like, now we have confirmation also that there is no delay.
Yes, it's still.
So if you pre-ordered it, you get it when you pre-ordered it. Like, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, I got mine pre-ordered and I can't wait for it.
So that's very good news. Like, to anybody who put down money for it. So be happy you're gonna get your product.
Yep. And I'm excited.
I believe the date is the 25th or the 23rd. I know it's 20 something.
26th.
26. Okay. Yeah. So that's gonna in June. So that's a while. Like 3 months or so. Hopefully, it's not gonna take them too much work to do all that. But it's good news. Again.
Yeah.
People said they wanted the game. Hey, they didn't just say no.
Well, I don't think it's gonna affect the American one that much because I guess they just had to really adjust the guy's look. Other than that, it's a whole different voice actor. Because again, they have a dubbed, and the American one is gonna be dubbed too.
Yeah, it's gonna be. But here's the other thing. It's gonna be dubbed in more than just English.
Yeah,
it's dubbed in like 5 or 6 different languages.
So I guess most of the voice actors are gonna be the same.
Yeah, because it's not him. He's only doing Japanese voice. So.
Yeah, so I guess that's the only one they really have to change.
Yes. So we'll see. But I mean, that does mean, they have to recast all those lines. And those games are long. Like, he was a major character. That's one of the big issues, is that guy was a major character. So.
Yeah, but I heard he's only in he's a major character in the first half.
For the first half? Okay. All right.
So June 25th is the release date.
25th? All right, good shit.
June 25th. I have my pre-order in Best Buy already.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And I can't wait. Yeah, he's supposed to be a major thing in the first half of the game.
Yeah.
So they would just probably adjust his look and make him. Yeah. I'm glad it's not affecting it though. Yeah. Right.
Like you said, a big bushy detective Donatello mustache.
Make him look like fucking like Magnum PI.
Ooh,
the big bushy mustache.
For some reason, his hair on it. Why? You need that.
He's so different. He grows the chest hairs outside.
Man. And his forearms are hairy. Through the suit? Really? All right. Where's his butler at?
One thing I'm excited about. Oh damn! I just went blank with it. There was something I had in mind. Oh yeah, new Cybot.
Yeah, man, that shit looks amazing.
New Cybot was like, all right. So they had like I think it was C2E2.
I believe that's the event. Yeah.
Yeah, C2E2. Ed Boon was there, and they kind of gave a preview of, I guess it was the story arc.
Yeah, they did have like another teaser for the story.
And then they accidentally, oops.
They went ahead. Yeah, they went ahead. They showed the slide too early. Yes.
Yeah, they did it on purpose. But,
yeah, they wanted to get people hyped. That's
and then when people was like, who that? And then that. If I saw Maximilian's reaction to it, and that was actually really dope. And then
he did another breakdown video, for the stuff that he's doing in the thing afterwards. And it sounds like pretty cool, and that character looks like he might be really good.
Yeah, he looks like he's a fun. That was one of my favorite characters in 10.
Yeah.
I like the new Cybot in 10.
Favorite characters.
Yeah, I like the new Cybot in 10, and I also liked him in the older ones because he was just pretty dope. He was a Shadow Ranger.
Yeah,
he was a Shadow Ninja.
The cool thing though was when we find out the lore wise that he's like the original Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
that was, I think, murdered, and he came back in Outworld or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but he's supposed to be bonded with another ninja. I think he's bonded with Smoke. Yeah, in this universe, not the original story. Yeah. The original story is some other shit.
Well, after 10.
Yeah, after 10 is the one where they switched everything. But
he bonded with Soap. So yeah,
he bonded with Smoke. Yeah. So this one, it doesn't seem to be the Smoke one 100%, because when they show them standing next to each other, you can see it. I don't think it's Smoke. It's just straight up black and not the gray ninja with the smoke coming out of it.
It looks like the original Sub-Zero.
It looks like the MK9 one, if you remember that one. It was like the Noob Cybot that we know. Yeah. And then whenever he would call a clone, you could see it was just like a shadow.
Yeah.
So I think they've gone back to the shadow, but who knows? It could be Smoke. Who knows?
Yeah. Or it looks like the original Sub-Zero.
You mean the black one, the other one?
Yeah, the solid black one looks like the original Sub-Zero.
Yeah. I see what you mean, like the classic, the look for the actual outfit. Yes.
Yeah, it looks just like that.
But you do hear the intro. He's talking to Sub-Zero, and he's like, I think he said something to the effect of "Mother would be proud."
Yeah.
The other one doesn't like you, because the other one doesn't like him because those two, Noob Cybot and the current Sub-Zero, are brothers.
So. Yeah.
So I think
thought that was dope.
Yes. His moveset.
Yeah, it looks sick. It looks really sick. And the other thing they showed was Shang Tsung is being played by the guy that played him in the movie.
I think it's Terry. I forgot his last name. Oh my god! Don't make me look up because that's the original dude from Part 1. Your soul is mine.
Yeah. But yeah, they pretty much made him.
Oh yeah, that's right. You ever try to spell Shang Tsung? Guess what? Don't use an S.
Yeah.
It's not the first letter.
Shang Tsung?
Yeah, it's a T.
Oh, Sung, yeah.
It's Sung,
T-S-U-N-G.
Yes. So yeah.
It's not what it sounds like.
No. Yes.
But I'm happy
and they also announced that he will be the first DLC character. He is the first DLC character.
That's dope. I'm happy about that.
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa is the guy's name. So usually you used to go by Kari Tagawa. That's what I know him as. But
He was famous in Showdown in Big China. Oh, no, Big Trouble in Little China.
that's what they got that's where Ed Boon said he got the design from, but he's not the same guy.
Yeah.
That guy, I forgot who he is. But this one that they are modeling this Shang Tsung after is from the was it 1995 movie? Yeah. Not the big, but they might have a nod to that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be serious. Mortal Kombat 1, that he literally looked like that version of Shang Tsung. So they haven't shown what his.
I thought he was in that movie.
I
thought he was in Big Trouble in Little China.
He himself, that actor, he might be in the movie, but he's not Shang Tsung. He doesn't play Shang Tsung in that movie.
No, he doesn't play Shang Tsung, but
Shang Tsung is in the movie. Yes, Shang Tsung and Rick, they're both in that movie.
Because I remember him being in Ninja Turtles. Side subject.
Yes, that guy. Yes.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles did a version of Big Trouble in Little China in the show, and he was the voice of the ghost.
Yeah,
that looked just like the villain, the villain of it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if any of his since they're paying homage to a lot of the movie related things and a lot of the stuff that they got their inspirations from, I wouldn't be surprised to see either a costume or the DLC or the attachments to customize him to make him look like the old Shang Tsung. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But that's also that's pretty, he's a pre-order. He's a pre-order custom too. So it means, pre-order the game, you don't have to pay for him. Yeah. But if you don't, you probably won't get them until they sell them. So,
yeah, I got the collector's edition.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
It's coming. I'm still like I'm paying for it.
Yeah, but, very interested to see what Shang Tsung's moveset's gonna be. But dude, Noob Saibot looks amazing. I can't wait for the rest of the. Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about the other two. They revealed Kotal Khan and Jackie Briggs.
And that he got his ass handed to him by
his own trailer. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Him down. Jackie Briggs is Jax's daughter, I believe it is, or it's his daughter. And Kotal Khan, he is like one of the forgotten leaders of Outworld that was like supposedly in the extended lore, quote unquote, he was like locked somewhere in the first Mortal Kombat by by Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
And so by the time you get to 2, he's still locked up somewhere. So
he's the main villain.
I think he's like supposed to be the original leader of Outworld, King of Outworld.
Okay. I know he was in 9. He was like one of the main villains in 9.
No, he's not in 9. His first appearance is in 10.
10, yeah, in 10 he was supposed to be one of the big.
But
villains.
Story, quote unquote, story wise, because they write it after the fact. But he's supposed to be an old character, so he looks cool. I always liked him because he's a grappler.
Yeah.
Like he's a brawler grappler. Like he has a lot of moves that are either heavy hitting. He doesn't have long ass combos, but he has a lot of grabs. And he has this new one where because he's themed after like the sun god. He's themed after a Mayan god. So he has like the big giant, like it looks like a chainsaw sword that he has, which is like those old school, like the Mayan, like their versions of a great sword basically.
Yeah.
And so he has a move where he like saws you back and forth. But that thing was just like, first of all, how is he so strong that he can saw you and you just standing there, getting sawed? There's nothing on the back of you holding you in place. He's just sawing you while you stand. It's kind of dumb. He can also turn into, I think, a panther. Some people was like, is that a frog? Because it looks, some of the things has the stripes, like a poisonous frog on it. Just funny. And he has a move where he does the see, I don't know if it's real because none of us were alive during Mayan times, but the ritual you supposedly hear about where they cut you open and let you bleed out, to like cut your heart open, and he has one of his command grabs, he holds you over his head, he slits your midsection, and then just lets the blood rain down on him. It's gross, but in a Mortal Kombat game, it's pretty awesome. So
he likes your blood.
He wants that blood.
Yeah.
So he gets stronger. Blood for the blood god.
Yeah. Oh, funny note with Shang Tsung, he was one of the Ninja Turtles in the first movie. He was one of the stunt.
Oh, the actual actor?
Yeah.
The Kara Tagawa, right?
Yeah, he was one of the stunt turtles. Yeah, I think he was Leonardo.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yes. So
See,
it all comes in circles. Full circle. The Ninja Turtles being an injustice.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Ninja Turtles should be killing people in Mortal Kombat. Just saying.
I mean, can I ask you, did they ever have a period where they were like, did anybody try to violentize? Did anybody try to make them edgy where they kill people?
The original ones.
But I mean, like, it was not graphic like Mortal Kombat.
No, the original ones, like not like fucking blood and guts, because the original comic book was black and white, so you didn't really see the blood. Yeah. But they killed Shredder in the first 6 issues.
Interesting.
They threw his ass off the roof and made sure he was dead. Instead of the whole oops.
Yeah.
No, they made sure he was dead. The Turtles were violent in the comic. They did kill people in the comic.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Room for DLC season 1.
I'm just saying. There's room for them. Damn right.
That's how you do it. Just put them all with the red headband. That's it.
Yeah, all over the red headband, and Mikey like puts the blood on pizza.
Oh,
and he eats it.
Do they really do that? Jeez.
No, I'm just saying.
Listen, hold on. Not for nothing. They are mutants.
Yeah.
They don't have to follow the laws of nature. They can eat whatever the hell they want.
Exactly. So they can put your blood on pizza.
Ooh, that puts them in a whole different light, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah. Or you know who you do? Instead of putting the Turtles, put Slash.
Or put Usagi Yojimbo. You had that idea before. Yeah. It was like
I had Usagi Yojimbo for Seiko.
Oh, Sekiro. That's true.
That was my idea for Usagi Yojimbo. Was like, you see, all you gotta do is put bunny ears on him.
Yo,
and you got Usagi Yojimbo.
Here's the thing. Before we get into Sekiro, I didn't know it was multi-platform.
Yeah,
I thought it was a Sony exclusive.
No, Sony has one that's exclusive to them.
That's the Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes,
right?
And that's coming out like a lot later this year. Probably not even this year. Probably next
year.
That's
not even a stealth ninja game. That's a samurai game. So they can have. But like, I thought this was exclusive, which I'm happy to know it's not. So that means PC stuff, you're gonna get some crazy mods. So there's hope. If you ask enough people, you might get a Usagi Yojimbo.
Yes.
So,
but then again, he was a ninja. He was a samurai.
I know. I'm just saying. You have a katana. They can do some stuff.
Yes. But yeah. That was I think that one's the one that everyone got confused with, was that game with this game, because they kind of look similar in ways. True. Yeah. Like, it's kind of in the same period. So
yeah, the Warring States period. Like but you know what? To be honest, that's kind of the only period of Japanese history that anybody cares to like talk about, because they don't want to talk about World War II.
No,
they don't want to talk about what they were doing. They were the bad guys. Don't forget that.
Yeah, and they lost.
Yep.
They don't want to show the bomb coming.
They don't want to do that, but they don't want to show what they were doing to people. Listen, we forgave the Japanese society because they were committing like atrocities against humanity when they were joined up with the Nazis. Don't forget that.
Yes.
They were joined up. They were bad guys at one point, and now we celebrate their art. So
technology.
You can change. Listen, basically, you can change.
Yeah.
But don't forget, they used to do all types of fucked up stuff. Like, we can go into Sekiro now, but like, just I see the inspiration in a lot of like Japanese like mythology.
Yeah.
Their mythology is very graphic.
Yes, it is.
It's very violent and very like gore heavy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They describe a lot of things in very descriptive detail, and lots of people either lose limbs or heads. You know what I mean? And you know, segue to Sekiro, your main character loses your arm. So, and also I was saying to a friend earlier about Sekiro and Devil May Cry 5. I'm like, what is up with this trope? It happens all the time. I want you, because I'm telling you now, I want you to think about it the next few game cycles. Just try to keep what's new coming out and see what ends up happening with the main protagonist or the main hook, because gaming has a trope like movies.
Yeah.
For some reason, there will always be two games that come out with one thing that is super, like, they share between them in common. It's like, what? Did you really? Come on, you couldn't think to not have a game with a man missing an arm?
Yeah.
But think about it. The plot of Devil May Cry 5 is Nero's lost arm.
Yeah.
And Sekiro is literally the gimmick of the game is your arm.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much two bionic arm games. Well, basically two bionic arm games. It's different time periods. It's hilarious. Yeah. They have nothing to do with each other and they don't play alike, but it's just like, it's like Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Yeah.
It just always happens. So this is the year of the prosthetic arm. Remember that.
Yep.
Don't think that nobody didn't care about you. So if you have a prosthetic, video game companies are recognizing your disability.
That's crazy.
Who's that? Not Scott Steiner out on the dirt bike. See, this is what happens. As soon as it gets hot, as soon as it gets like a little bit warm, the dirt bikes come out.
Yep, and then they get arrested.
Hide your kids out the way.
And then they get arrested, and then they're not outside no more.
Not in this neighborhood. They don't get arrested.
Because supposedly dirt bikes supposed to be illegal in New York City.
Supposedly, you would think, but they just let a rough ride all up and down this avenue. Just terrible. Yeah. Stop, drop, open up shop.
So how you like Sekiro?
Oh man, it is one of the most tense games I've ever played, because you can die at any moment. Because if you try to get into a fight with the wrong dude, you will get cut up, like quick. The lineage of the game is Tenchu, not Dark Souls. Don't listen to any quote unquote 5-star streamer. Don't listen to the guys on YouTube that tell you, oh yeah, this is a Souls game. No, it's not. The only thing it has in common is when you die, you lose something. Or it has like checkpoints to let you teleport. Like the bonfires. That's about it. There is no weapon upgrading. There is no stat screen. There is no RPG elements, really. There is no souls. Like when enemies die, they just drop money. They don't drop stuff like that. You get experience. Like you get experience for killing people, and that you can't even really determine how much. You can't really see how much individually you get. So how Souls is very deliberate with showing you how many souls you got. You know what I mean? For like the number that appears on the screen in the corner. Like none of that. The only thing similar is the money. Like there's a separate level up gauge that basically only equals points to unlock stuff in a tree. It is not putting individual stats into your character to level him up.
Okay.
There is no character customization. This is a story. This is not an open-ended, story where it's your character, the hero of time, your character, the hero of souls, blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The
Ashen one or whatever you are, Dark Souls or Bloodborne. This is not that. This is a contained story. This has Tenchu lineage. This has the composer from the original Tenchu games is on this soundtrack. This game is being published by Activision, who has published Tenchu games in the past. From Software has done Tenchu games. I believe they've done at least 2. Like one that it has their name on it, and one apparently that they helped with. I believe it was the PSP game that was like a kind of like a not an HD remix, but like a remix of the Wii one. Which was that was their attempt. That was the Tenchu team's attempt at streamlining the game for the Wii.
Yeah.
And so they eliminated a lot of the mobility and stuff in favor of like hiding inside of things and on top of things. And in the shadows, you turn into like a complete black shadow. Like there's a lot of cool things and a lot of not so good things because it had the waggle and stuff to fight, which was awful.
Yeah. And
they brought that to the PSP. I think the funny thing about that is you'll find that Ubisoft put that out. Like this, Tenchu has a story history of being published by a number of different companies.
So they did Tenchu Z.
That's the Xbox 360 one.
And they did Tenchu's Shadow Assassins.
And that's the PSP version of the Wii game.
And a crazy note, they did Ninja Blade, which was a really...
That's You'll see a lot of that in this game. Somebody, shout out to Matt McMuscles, formerly of the Best Friends. That's he has his own channel, which is Matt McMuscles. He did like a little mini deep dive into that game Ninja Blade maybe like a month ago.
Yeah.
And you can see the lineage from that game to Sekiro. There's a lot of stuff in there that it streamlined. They carried it over.
Yeah.
But that game was super heavy with QTEs. That's why.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Super QTE game.
It was all.
Yeah, 99% of the bosses ended in QTEs. Most of the stages had QTEs to get by. Like, yeah.
Like I thought I was gonna get into a fight, and then like, oh, press A. Fuck, what the hell?
Yeah. And the fighting wasn't fleshed out as well as any of their, later games.
But they do have a great they have a great list of games they have done before. So. And
also, there's a series called Otogi. That's a Japanese game, Japanese theme. Like you're one of the gods. I think it's Raiko, and it was brought out for Xbox. And there's two of them.
I played
this. Fun. It's fun. I never played the first one. I played this. I have the second one.
I did play this.
Hey, Mark, do you own an Xbox?
No, I don't anymore.
Oh, okay. Because there's a problem if you do. I had to check mine because apparently there is I don't know if it's I have to look up the exact term for it. I think it's a transformer, like a capacitor.
Oh, okay.
In the system that supposedly explodes and leaks.
Oh.
And this is universal. It's just a matter of when. So pretty much everybody who still owns an Xbox, like they have the onus to go in. It's apparently to get rid of it is super easy, and then the only thing it controls is the time.
Yeah,
I think it's something related to like the clock. So supposedly there's an easy tutorial to cut it out, but apparently it can explode and leak all inside the system. So that's not good.
So people, check your shit.
Check your Xboxes. This is for unfortunately some of the consoles and some of the things that we bought, like the PSP. PSP batteries are another thing. People are saying they're starting to explode or whatever. If you got PSP batteries, throw them out. It ain't worth it. Throw it out. Sorry, Sony, you fucked up.
Yeah, they have a crazy lineage because I'm actually looking at From Software. And
they've done a lot of stuff. That's not just Souls games, and people do not refuse to give them credit when they keep saying the lineage of. I've heard people once again, this is one of those things I'm going on a mini tirade about because as a person who plays the games, that these people call bad because they are too hard for them.
Yeah. Because
they cannot spend the time because they didn't pay the money. When you get a game for free, you don't have the investment as when you pay your own money.
Yeah.
Again, that's kind of the problem I have with listening to anybody review a game and taking their advice with any type of realism.
Yeah.
Is just that you didn't spend your money on this, so you're not gonna find a way to play even if it's not the greatest game.
Yeah.
Because the value of the game means nothing to you because it was free.
Yeah.
Like From Software does not have the best track record from like old school games. Like a lot of their old school games, they're either obtuse because of the control schemes, or the difficulty. You know what I mean? Like they have a series called Kingsfield, which is notoriously difficult, but that's where Dark Souls came from.
Yeah, I remember Evergrace. I actually remember playing that. It was an alright game. It wasn't that bad. It was difficult, but it was attainable. Good difficult. Like these games kind of make you earn it. Like you don't earn, you win.
Yeah, they've never. See, that's the thing. They've never made games that are easy.
Yeah.
Armored Core is hard.
Yes, I like those games too. They're really hard.
I mean, like the old school one. Like they got better at it with like 4 answer, where they started making it fast and more accessible. The original Armored Core games are some of the most impenetrable games ever. I like them because the soundtracks to this day are better than a lot of video game soundtracks. But like, I wouldn't recommend anybody play them unless you're literally going to take the time to learn how to play the game because they are hard.
I was surprised they did Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion, yeah.
The Steel Battalion was fucking ridiculous.
But they did the other one though. They didn't do the good one.
No, they didn't do the big controller one. They did another one, right?
They did the second one. That's not good.
It's with the Kinect.
That's real bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
But yeah, they have a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I might pick up that game eventually.
Like I said, there's no rush because it's a single player game, so you won't miss that. Hey, everybody's playing it because who cares? You can just sit down when you want to and play it. My recommendation for this game, though, to anybody who's picking it up for the first time or curious, like if you're a fan of Souls games, don't buy this game if you like Souls games. This is not a Souls game.
Yeah.
This is not a game where you can. I'm just gonna stand here and parry this enemy. I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Or I'm just gonna roll through everything. Or I'm just gonna, jump off the map and go. This is not that type of game. This is not that game where you build your character up to be this. By the end of the game, you're throwing like infernos at people and slamming the ground with a giant gut sword. This is not that game. It's a stealth action game. That's what it is. And people, and it's hilarious to watch. So-called streamers and YouTubers and shit just bash their brains out trying to fight everything in the game. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Because nobody I have seen, period, with a big fan base known for playing video games has said anything about Tenchu, which is like that's how niche Tenchu has become.
Yeah.
It sucks, but nobody remembers it. So here we are with a brand new game in the series with all the trappings, all the lineage, all the little hi, remember Tenchu? And nobody remembers it, and they just go souls.
Yeah.
And they're not playing it like a Tenchu game, and they're dying.
Yeah.
Because again, just to reiterate what type of style a Tenchu game is, it rewards patience. Mm-hmm. And you have to learn the mechanics first before you can go fast.
Yeah. Because
you can't, it progresses the skill tree in a way where you can't do the really cool things yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It rolls it out slowly. And in that way, you can't do the thing where you can kill like 3 dudes at once. Because in this game, there's skill stuff later on, not to spoil anything, but you start out only being able to stealth 1 dude, and then another guy's going to see you, and then you're going to have to fight a little bit. But by the end of the game, there's tons of stuff to just stop enemies from seeing you. And you can just kill 3-4 dudes at once. I mean, in succession, if you skillfully are able to do so.
Yeah.
And that's not Souls. You know what I mean? It's not about, can I one-on-one this guy? Tenchu games are at its core about, how can I get the drop on these enemies?
Yeah,
How can
it was more stealth than anything.
Yeah, how can I, as one ninja, take out an entire castle? And that's what you are doing in this game. So, and it has a good, so far it has very good voice acting. Like each of the characters are distinct as hell. Like that's the one thing from Souls that it carries over, is that the characters are very distinct.
Yeah.
But I will also say, if you play Tenchu, every character in that game stands out.
Cool.
Literally, every character in that game either has some weird quirk, like to the blind masseuse that tries to like grope women, and has a freaking Zatoichi sword, and he's really good with it. It's to the dog samurai that has like a style where he fights with 3 katanas, but one of them is in his mouth.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of varied and weird characters in Tenchu games as well. So
that's cool.
Again, I like it. It's really good. But again, it's a stealth action game, dude. It's not a Souls game.
Play like Tenchu. Do not play like Souls.
Yeah, don't run up on dude. If you see 4 dudes chilling with guns, with matchlocks, and you see one man in the middle with a giant suit of armor on, what in your right mind says, oh man, I gotta go fight that dude first?
Yeah.
And you're not gonna get shot? Oh, what is like how it just amazes me how the lack of patience, because people don't want to stealth because it's boring on stream, because nobody want to watch you stalk around all day. I get it. So then don't stream the game. Just play it by yourself. Like,
that's
So I was gonna say, but the alternative, and this is what I have seen, is a person sitting there dying over and over and over and over. Like, damn, this game is hard. Hey, dummy, stop trying to do it your way. Yeah. So whatever. Anyway,
I think that the guy is a ninja.
He's a ninja,
not a samurai.
That's what they tell you in the game. They tell you that in the game. Ninjas can do things that samurais can't. Basics.
Sneak. Be very sneaky. They're very light-footed. They're
It's
trained. If you actually really look at the way ninjas are trained to strike hard and that's it and leave.
and leave.
They're not there. They're not trained to stay in the battle. No, we're gonna kill you and run away.
I can't think you understand 100% what a ninja's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Kill a guy and get the hell out. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know when people thought ninjas were supposed to be action heroes, but this is what we have now. So
Not to say nothing, but yo, Ninja Assassin, yo, he did hide half the time when he killed people.
I saw that movie recently. Very
That's
very
good.
very
It's on
gory.
Netflix.
Yes, very gory.
That was the Wachowski brothers that did it.
Really?
Yep. And the dude was in Speed Racer.
Wow. That wasn't him, right? The main guy, right?
Yeah, he was a Speed Racer.
What?
Yep.
Wow. Good shit. Yeah, that's a dope movie though.
Yeah, it was really good. I saw it in theaters and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. Especially the scene when he cut the dude's face off and his tongue was still moving.
Yeah. There's so many like awesome gory kills in that movie. Yeah, it's pretty good.
So Sekiro, take it as a ninja game.
Yes.
You're not Gold Souls or Skyrim in it. You're sneaking.
Yeah, and there's no need to grind it. Like
patience.
Yeah. It's the culture we're in. It's the culture. Here's how bad it is. I can see from even trying to get you the wiki to give you the information and stuff, like the lineage on the game. Like your first things you see, Sekiro, 40 minutes. So far, I died to a boss 40 minutes. Like somebody's dying to a boss 40 minutes. This one, I banged my head against it. Like there's the Google reviews. This game is hard. I can't believe this is the most hard game I've ever played. Like Souls game I've ever played. And it's just like you keep seeing soul. Shut up. Just show some patience.
This is going to be the name of the podcast of today. Sekiro is a ninja game, not a Souls game.
Yeah.
It's going to be the title.
It's just sad.
Sneaky, not
no
tacky.
No, wait, the anniversary, R.I.P. to the guy who played Choppy Your Pee Pee.
Yeah, he passed away.
R.I.P. Damn, I forgot his name, but yeah.
No Choppy Your Pee Pee. Sneaky.
No Choppy. All right. Damn.
Yes. I picked up Division 2. Well, it was given to me because my friend wanted me to play Division 2 with him. And so far, he has not been on once, which I knew was going to happen. That's why I refused to buy it. It's all right. Like, I feel that I don't care about Washington, D.C., and they could all burn to hell, so I don't care. So they'd be like, oh, there's something going on in Washington, the White House. I'm like, and?
Yeah, I get you. I played the demo. I was like, here's my 2 cents is it's very fun to play. Like the shooting is very good. The skills, even though you only had the starter skills, I get where they're going. It could be cool, but like,
I wish they had cooler outfits. I wish they were more broad with what they had in the last game. Okay, they had a lot of stuff in the beginning, really customizable characters and whatnot. I wish it was more lively. For some reason, the first one felt a bit more lively than this one. Like you felt alone, but you felt like the world was active. Except this one just feels dead.
Gotcha.
And is very quiet when you're rolling around the city and things like that.
Yeah.
The gameplay is fine. I'm fine with it. I'm a little disappointed that I got it on PS4. I should have got it on Xbox.
So you can play Jenkins?
No, it's not even that. It's that I liked Xbox's controller more for shooters than I do like the PS4 game for shooters.
Okay.
I prefer the way the Xbox controls modeled for shooters because it feels like triggers, and I feel like I have more control of the controller.
Understood.
And the PS4 is like the analogs are really loose, and you have to really customize the analog for you don't go flying everywhere trying to shoot somebody.
You're right. Yeah, I do usually fuck with the sensitivity. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to fuck with the sensitivity in order to really actually play.
Understood.
Yeah.
Did you try? Have you thought about investing? I mean, at this point, there's no real point. But have you thought about investing in those custom controllers?
I thought about it, but then again, I always look at the support system they have with it too, because I bought a legacy controller,
Okay.
and I'm very disappointed with Xbox and how they handled that.
Okay.
Because that rubber part of the legacy controller comes off
And
after
there's
like a
no
while of use, and you can't bring it back to get it fixed. You can't. They won't fix it for you or
really
in any which way, and it's really bullshit. And that's $150 controller. Luckily, I
$150.
didn't pay that much, but still.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm very, very bitter with those controllers right now.
Mm.
And unless they have a really good return policy, or just a policy in general that they'll fix it for you, then I'll look into it. But until then, I'm kind of like I'll pass.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I did see the one that you can actually like, it's like fully customizable
Yeah.
for PS4.
One of shout out to the homie Dr. Snipe. He let me borrow one of those for a good while. I was feeling like the customization of it. The only thing I can't mess with, you can't change the D-pad.
Yeah,
And the D-pad that it has, no bueno.
yeah,
So I can't mess with that.
yep.
So all right, sir. That's all you
That's
have?
good, man.
Because
Um,
I wanted to throw a little because I don't know if you watched the entire presentation, like the GDC presentation that Google
no, I
had.
did not. No.
Because it's interesting because forget exactly what it is. I think it's not stevia. It's like stevia.
Strida, something like that.
Yeah.
Google Strida. Yeah, I did see what they were doing. I did watch the presentation on that, so I could do, and that was something I actually had in my notes.
Mhm.
I gotta look for my notes, but I did have that for the podcast on my notes. But yeah, Stridia,
Stadia, I think it is.
Stadia.
And I think it's interesting. Could they, if anybody could do it, it is Google. And what they want to do is to have a streaming service that literally is just a controller and their streaming service, no box, any
Yeah,
computer, any type of internet connection, and it will at least get you into the game.
yeah,
And basically that will be you from that point on. Once you have all those things and the service is up and running, what they want is to have an ecosystem where you don't need to have the game to play any game. They
yeah,
want it that you can have that service and you be able to access any video game at any time to play it. They want integration with like streamers and stuff where they can like
yeah,
you can share the moment that the streamer is in. Like if you're watching a YouTube video, because remember, Google owns YouTube.
yeah,
So there's that integration there that they want to push where you can be watching a YouTube video and pause it and go to the exact same point in the video game that the person is streaming in your own game. And that's cool if you want to get to somewhere in a game that you just like, screw it, I don't feel like doing all this stuff. I've watched this playthrough. I don't want to play through all it. Like that does lead to interesting situations, or that it leads to more people being able to get past certain places they get stuck at in games,
yeah,
or to experience certain things that you might not have gotten up to. Like there's a lot of opportunities for that to be a very good thing.
yeah,
It's just that, as I know it, the one thing that I see as the downside is just that what we know, and this is just a thing that's not really founded, but people outside on the fringes of like the science of 5G think it's potentially harmful
yeah,
to the planet, as we know that cellular stuff is harmful
yeah,
to like the insects and stuff. So the only thing that in the back of my mind bothers me is the fact that they want to push for 5G, which is a more powerful wireless thing. There will be no wires when you're using 5G,
yeah,
meaning everybody's internet will be receiving the signal from a data center, which they'll say they will be popping up all over.
yeah,
And that bothers me because if you're pumping out this stronger cell signal into the fucking planet and we don't know what it does, it's just a bunch of stuff like that where it's like, if you
yeah,
think things are bad now, something, I have a feeling they probably need to do more testing on stuff like 5G to really know what the impact of what that is on the environment. Because I know it sounds like, oh man, you afraid, what you worried about? Don't worry about it, people know what's up. It's like, yeah, but hey, Why there's cyclones in Africa? Why is Iowa underwater? Listen, we gotta stop this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what's going on around you.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot of things. There's a lot of promise to it as well, but it also it all depends on how it's going to be received and how the internet is going to react to it, and how not everyone has the same internet connection throughout the world. So we may have a good signal and how to be able to play the games at 1080 or whatever like that, but say for instance Alaska, which still has blockbusters and over there, because they don't have streaming services or internet over there that's strong enough to capture the streaming service. What if they want to get that and they get like 480? They're not going to want to play the games. They could just do on the Xbox.
no, they said, but to your point, what they said is they want to run those cables all over the planet. The Google Fiber. So what they're trying to do now, because I've seen the plans for it and it's super ambitious. Like they're going under the ocean and everything with all the cables. What they want to do is have it so that that's no longer an issue.
They're gonna make Godzilla.
They're gonna maybe. Maybe
they're gonna make Godzilla with Wi-Fi.
Maybe. Maybe, right? Until something like that happens, we'll get all this innovation, and the toll on the planet will be untold until we sit down and somebody sits down and goes, did we really cause this with all this bullshit?
Nah, it was the people.
It was the people. It was the people.
There was their pollution and all, but in Thai site, you see the fiber optic wire like exploding.
Yeah,
little by little, and then the little iguana gets hit by it, and all of a sudden wakes up and grows. We see how these movies work.
Yeah, exactly.
There was been warning this shit since the 50s, man.
And man's hubris will be his own destruction.
Oh man.
So, but I mean, it's an interesting thing. It's super interesting. Like, if this becomes a thing, the way they want it, anybody could play.
Yeah,
because they've been testing it, and some of the people, I believe Jeff Gerstmann on Giant Bomb was like, people have told him that they have had substandard connections, and it's fine.
Yeah,
and if you hear that, all right, well, that's fine, that's good.
Yeah, and I heard
like, you won't get 4K.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're talking 4K 60 for like the max right now, and there's somebody on supposedly there's a joke, but I think it happened. Somebody said 8K is in the future. So they were already talking about 8K. Whatever happened to 5K? No, they went to 8. But so they want to do double. So they've already got a roadmap for the future of what they want to do, which is fine. But as of what they can do right now is like, at the very least, they can get even a bad connection. You can get like a playable game. So I want to see it. I look forward to it, because they say no computer upgrades necessary because it's streaming, meaning you can use your same junk machine you have now. And also because of that speed, because of the data centers, your internet speed will be less of a factor. But I assume that it will also be less of a factor if you're playing a single player game as well. So with all that said, I'm interested. I'm very interested.
It's curiosity. Like it'll be interesting when you see it develop more. But right now, it's still in the loose ends of things, and there's going to be a lot of issues as well. Like there's always going to be issues, so we got to see where that goes from there. But it is an interesting concept.
And Ubisoft is on board from day one. So
Ubisoft is on everyone's board.
Hey, listen,
they're like, "Hi, we're on here too."
Listen, once they found out they weren't going to get bought, they started going everywhere. So more power to Ubisoft.
Yeah, they still making solid games.
Because them getting bought would have been terrible. Because you know who would have bought them? ZeniMax.
Yeah. I know EA had shares in them, so.
God, if EA would have bought,
EA did have shares in Ubisoft, so.
If EA would have took the majority stake in Ubisoft.
Yep. Other news: Disney is developing LucasArts gaming again.
Really? Somebody said it's okay to make the LucasArts games again.
Yeah.
They canceled all the studios.
Yep.
Damn. All right.
So EA's little by little losing the Star Wars license, and Disney's going to start putting. But what Disney's doing is they're going to get the best of the best to make the games.
Hopefully, please.
Under the LucasArts
because
thing.
as much as I like Disney's products, they have been one of the worst when it comes to video games for their own products. Because we even brought this up, they have not taken advantage of this having all this stuff. Where are all the good games, all the good Marvel games?
Yeah.
Like, there's not been a top, like, literally Spider-Man is it, and that's not from a Disney studio.
No.
So we'll see. Let's see. Hopefully they do right by that.
Yeah, I think LucasArts having their own studio, maybe they bring back some of the old titles they had. Maybe they'll actually do more focal points on Star Wars games, because that's a whole world that we do want games of. We just want good games.
I just don't give them a pass because I'm saying they closed LucasArts Studios. So they closed it just to open it again.
Yeah.
Good job. So
Yeah. They got to learn from their mistakes. So hopefully they get something good with it.
And this also marks we've passed the what would you call that? The acquisition date.
Yeah.
So they have everything now. It was on the 20th. They said it was. Dudes is all happy and like, yay, we got our stuff now. People took the money and ran. They did not want stock, which I thought was funny. So that's it. They've confirmed that they have all their properties. They haven't put out roadmaps for what they're going to do. So we don't have word of everything yet.
Yep. So Simpsons, Fox is finally official.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it could be a good thing. I hope it's a good thing because, the things that we like come from Disney. But again, when you get that big, is like they start to make anybody makes bad decisions that affect a lot of people. And I hope they don't start that shit now.
Yeah.
Because people are losing jobs. That's also the other thing. That was one of the big things. They are shutting down a number of studios.
Yeah, they're shutting down numbers of studios and things like that. I think what they're doing, Simpsons is going to still be under Fox, as in they keeping the same people under Simpsons and stuff like that. That's not going to really be touched. They just own the rights to it. So what they're going to do is when they have the streaming service, Simpsons is going to be exclusive to the Disney Plus.
Oh, okay, good stuff.
So they're not really fucking with the Simpsons in that state. Kevin Feige is control of all of Fox Marvel properties. So
it's the same person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to be the head of the studio. He's going to be the head of charge. He's going to do what he wants to do with it. He's going to keep who he wants to keep. Deadpool's not going to be touched. Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, and they all have an agreement that Deadpool's going to be Deadpool. And
really,
he's going to be rated R.
After the second one, he was done.
Well, Disney was like, "Hey, we still want you. Here's money."
Good.
Yeah. And
can we come on? Did you hear about the rumors about Gambit was going to be a rom-com?
Yeah.
God damn it! A Channing Tatum rom-com? That's what I wanted. Look. Hold on. Listen, when you get the actor that's good at something, I don't mind if you make the movie a part of the thing that they're good at. Yeah. Channing Tatum is good at romantic comedies. He just is. He's funny, charismatic. He's a handsome dude, but like Gambit's my character, man. Like he's supposed to be charming women. It's in his nature, So that would I'm double sad now.
Yeah.
I hope they make Gambit. Please make Gambit.
We'll see what happens because that Phoenix movie looks like a dumpster fire.
I gave up on that series of X-Men. I'll be waiting until it goes back into the hands of more capable people. Anybody can like those X-Men movies if they want to. I don't have anything really negative to say except they don't interest me.
Yeah.
I sit there and I'm like, I don't really care.
So what happened with that is like Fox, the one that Fox didn't believe in is the one that fucking they made the most money. And then the ones that they tried to put all their money into just were
that sucks. You know what that sounds like? Anthem. Did you know that Anthem was one of the number one most downloaded games the month that it came out?
Yeah.
People just don't learn.
Yep.
You can sell them a burning dumpster and people will buy it because they saw the name BioWare in the package. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna keep it to that.
It's true.
Keep it to that.
Sadly, it's true.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous to do that. That said, I mean, how you feel? You think this is a good thing finally?
It's a good thing, but we still are a long wait to see what they're gonna actually really do with Fox and the whole merger and things.
Mhm.
So, again, a lot of that is going to be on their streaming service, and that's where they're pumping at. They own a big part of Hulu now because Fox own a big quarter of Hulu.
Mhm.
So, like I was saying last cast, I think it's going to be something that they're going to integrate the Disney Plus into Hulu,
That'd be a good thing.
which I think is great, especially if I'm just ready paying for Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
if I get both of them, maybe for an extra couple of dollars, I'm fine with that.
Does that mean Disney owns SmackDown?
Disney does not own SmackDown.
Okay. I'm just
The Fox News and the Fox TV networks are still Fox's, so they don't own that.
So who the hell? So what is
They
SmackDown a part of?
Well, they're part of the Fox Sports One
Oh,
network.
it's part of the sports. No, yeah, the sports branding. They don't have the sports branding.
So
right.
Fox, like Fox 5, Fox TV, Fox FX, and all that shit. All this, the only thing that Disney owns the rights to is all the shows, like all the shows and movie studios.
Yes. Okay.
And movie franchises. They don't own the actual channels.
Okay. Good stuff. So now I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We'll see
what the future holds for this stuff. Hopefully, good things, right? Because we don't want bad movies. We don't want bad.
We want good stuff.
Still want one more Hugh Jackman. Ryan Reynolds wants it. I wanted to. Just saying.
Hugh Jackman, stop your shit.
He keeps fucking with him at every Deadpool movie. I want it. Just show up.
Just once.
Yeah.
Stab him and then walk away.
Yeah. Or say fuck you and walk off. That's it.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite part of First Class.
Yeah.
The part where they go to Argentina, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they find the Nazi. No, he's in a bar.
Yeah.
That's before they go down to Argentina and kill the Nazis. That's where Professor X is looking for people to join the team.
Yeah.
He's like,
fuck you. Makes sense.
Shit. All right. That's it, Mark?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. You can make sure you catch us on YouTube. That's where these go up live. And when they're archived and edited, you can find them there as well. Also, make sure you find us on SoundCloud. That's where this podcast, all of our previous podcasts, and you'll find Merc with the Mic's podcast. RedCycloneInc is our name, and Merc with the Mic is his. Yep. And social media wise, we have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and those are also RedCycloneInc. Yep. We also have a Tumblr and a WordPress. Make sure to check those out. Those are updated weekly, so you'll see the podcast up there, and on Tumblr you'll see it. It's basically lots of gaming centric, lots of comic centric, but you'll also find our podcast and the YouTube playthroughs. They go up on the Tumblr as well. So if you don't want to just hang out on YouTube, you're a Tumblr person, because I know you are. Y'all out there. Yep. If you want to watch it on Tumblr, watch us on Tumblr. No excuses. Yep. And Merc, we're gonna catch you.
Yeah, Instagram, SoundCloud, the Merc with the Mic, the Wrestling Babble, the Morphin Cast, and the RedCycloneInc Get Guest Better Swears there. You can also check us out on YouTube and Twitch TV, Merc with the Mic.
Yes.
I've been doing Devil May Cry. I'm probably gonna do WrestleMania stuff, so I'll probably do some 2K19 and Fire Pro Wrestling. There's gonna be a lot of more content coming up.
Nice. I want Kofi Kingston versus Vince McMahon in a death match in Fire Pro.
Right.
Exploding cage death match.
Yeah.
Mine's outside the ring. So, make sure you check out all of that content. We got a lot of stuff. Like, you go out of your way to find the other people. There's some stuff there that might make you be like, oh, this is entertaining. Like, check out this podcast. Yeah. Listen, you got no excuses. You know where it is. Do it.
Yep.
All right. And thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. We'll see you next week. Peace.
And always remember, follow Jenkins.
Because he got them sandwiches.
We got the sandwiches. He don't got sandwiches.
He's not supposed to have sandwiches. I forgot. No bread for that.
You giving him shit.
He just sitting there looking sad at the council, like, why you just give me the meat? And he's like, listen, you know the deal. The deli man listens to the RedCycloneInc podcast. I mean, It Gets Better I Swear podcast. That's right. He's not using excuses.
Exactly.
All right, y'all.
And watch the new Sidebot trailer.
Yeah. Oh, Yeah, why not?
That's probably like second to Johnny Cage. That's probably the second best trailer.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yes.
See, they doing it the right way. Those characters are hype.
Yep.
They really are. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.